First, the news headlines. Centre will decide who will be Chief Minister. Media reports based on speculation, says caretaker Chief Minister TONGBRAM. Will continue to work to protect and provide rights of people as promised before elections, assures ex-JDU candidate T.H. Brinda. And BJP Parliamentary Board will decide leader of State Legislature Party, says MLA T.H. Bishwajit. Hello and good evening. Welcome to Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm KABITA TONGBRAM. Caretaker Chief Minister N. Biren has said the Parliamentary Board will decide who will become the Chief Minister of the state, and observers will visit the state to discuss the matter. The recent meeting was a review meeting for the just concluded election. He clarified that all the media reports are based on speculations and they will respect the decision taken by the party. He said this while addressing the media at BTK International Airport today after returning from Delhi. Responding to media queries, Biren said BJP is a very organized and disciplined party. They went to Delhi to attend a review meeting for the just concluded state elections, and the parliamentary board meeting will be held separately. Stating that they did not attend the board meeting, he said it will decide the chief minister of the state. Observers will visit the state to discuss the matter. Rubbishing all the media speculations, he clarified that even he is not aware. Biren appealed to the people not to create tension among the party members because of these speculations and expressed confidence to respect the decision taken by the party.
Election review meeting. Election review meeting ni parliamentary board na moi tongana phamjebani parliamentary board ta khoi yaugde parliamentary board ki honorable PM hoi kare moi tongana phamjebani ai khoi na phamir dudi nadaji ki makha da khoi how ki election da khoi karai da mang ki ba kari ki seat yam phangba phangda ba kanana kari soi ba song da ki review meeting to bani madu dai da khoi na chief minister hapana tra hap da report to parliamentary board na logjaga da poni social media da kari da chanari ba mayam si masi huji phawbo da official loiba ai ngonda su khangal ko leitri observer lakhini observer khangre aduna manipur mayam da ina hajar is speculation da koi machine gi marakta misunderstanding thongna ba corner ba tobiganu let whoever comes party na lorok decision do we should welcome.
Also addressing the media, President of BJP Manipur Pradesh, A. Shardha rubbished all the media reports as unofficial, adding that the leader of legislature of BJP Manipur has not been finalized yet as there is no circulation of official notice by the party. The matter will be resolved after the Yeosang festival when the observers arrived in the state. Shardha also clarified that there is no tension among the party.
मीडिया में जो बोल रही है तो हमारे पास लेटर होना चाहिए एज ए प्रेसिडेंट मेरे पास लेटर होना चाहिए चीफ मिनिस्टर जो भी बने मेरे पास एक तो लेटर होना चाहिए अभी तक मेरे पास लेटर नहीं.
Janata Dal United JDU candidate of Yai School Assembly constituency in the recent state assembly election, TONGBRAM Brinda asserted that she stepped back for some time as she could not win the election. However, she will continue to work for the rights of the people as she promised before the election, Brinda said. She was speaking to media persons at a press meet held at her residence at Yai School Janmastan today. Speaking further, she stated that it was a big success and achievement for her that she contested the election without using muscle power and without incurring huge expenditure in the present political scenario in the state. It is the first time in the history of the state that a candidate contested the election without using any money and muscle power, she said. Brinda further assured that a council will be formed to provide benefits of different schemes to daily wage earners who are mostly in need of the benefits. The council will take care of the activities to facilitate the rights of the beneficiaries, Brinda said, adding that the state will make the beneficiaries self-reliant and will be able to bring up their children without asking any help from anyone. She also assured that she will promote urban permaculture to boost the income of farmers. Stating that the fate of the state is in the hands of the newly inducted MLAs of 60 assembly constituencies in the state, Brinda appealed to the elected members of the assembly to form policies and enact laws that will lead the youths to the right path and to amend laws and policies which are no longer applicable. Stating that with determination a woman can carry out anything she sets her mind on. She said that 5 women candidates in the recent candidates created history in the recent state assembly election. She also appealed to the newly inducted women MLAs to take responsibility in bringing new developmental changes in Manipur. Brinda further stated she is indebted to her supporters from Manipur and outside the state for all their love and encouragement.
Aina sarkar da request tawjaning basi miyam si sarkar gi lengaki mating ngawdana thabak tawba yade aisu masi kagraba candidate si aigi sumi hotni ekoi bot mangona bot thadaba ekoi khudingmaki thadaba yadriba khudingmaki mi hotni aduna aina lengakta request tawjaning basi ekoi na tawjagi haina khaliba afaba lengak lon purakni ba ohong basi ekoi na tawba matamda lengakta gi cooperation pibiu lengakta gi athingba yekhai thingai pibi ganu aduwa manipurda ekuna lakadoriba sahi manga amadi next tara sida manipur gi marai baksi ekoi kadum chatkadwino haibasi leptorini aduna 2022 sidai hauraga ekoi gi ai wahana sabat pirakhiba ngakpi rakhiba ye oinga aga senabi rakhiba halaman ichini naw ibung ipa pumna makta aina haijeri madudi ekoi thabak lepoi lepayadi manipur tudana baso ekoi khotna gini.
Newly inducted MLA of Tongzhou Assembly constituency and ex-Works Minister Thongak Biswajit has informed that the BJP Parliamentary Board is yet to decide the state BJP Legislature Party leader. When asked about caretaker Chief Minister N. Biren returning as Chief Minister for the second term that went viral on national media channels, Biswajit stated that it was only speculation. He was speaking to media persons at Beauty Kendra International Airport on his return from New Delhi this morning after meeting central BJP leaders in New Delhi. Responding to media query, Biswajit said that he, along with caretaker Chief Minister N. Biren and State BJP President A. Sharda, set out to Delhi to celebrate the BJP's sweeping win by getting absolute majority in the recent State Assembly election with the central BJP leaders. However, nothing was discussed regarding the leader of state BJP legislature, he said. Biswajit further said that the parliamentary board of central leaders will decide who will be the next chief minister and that there is no question of the state BJP favoring anyone to be the chief minister. He added that the name of the state BJP legislature will likely be announced soon after discussion on the matter between observer, co-observers and the legislators. The suspense over the Chief Minister's post is not just in Manipur, and the situation is the same in Goa, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Biswajit said, adding that the reason behind the delay in the announcement may be because parliamentary session is underway and the biggest festival of India is around the corner. Stating that the news regarding N. Biren returning as the Chief Minister, which appeared on national media channels, was mere speculation, he said that the news which are published after official confirmation have the news that maintain credibility.
Hector product ita channel ni habagi port natte du ko samangan bu pa natte indigo ke flight matam da apna phangedra meeting da apung ahum khai denina lebak badagi phangedra phangdai khangdo na de phangju phangde na lawin da adaga ko punna khaina da kana mathang dang pa phang kana sa chen chana bani si jo khoi gi legi legi jabagi ngana lakpa amagi lakpi wari ni adu da ko difference ke antali da party president le pakpa na traga adai har ko meeting na ko da hana bani ta bani adu da sai da ko problem kali intale ke ngarangi media da kari da hagi ba thokri ba pot no di speculation on ngani moi kari da basis work thoi no jo ko di high ball chungam de maram di akoi legi ba loina ma khana ba phum de kana na kari tweet kawi kari tawe da ai da thum ko ki wakal on da legi photo dum phum se bor ngani because maram di national media khara da na akoi legi ba khoi kano si kan normal no dum phongi ꯑꯗꯣ ꯃꯤꯗꯤꯌꯥ ꯈꯔꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯐꯣꯡꯉꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯂꯧꯗꯣꯏꯅꯣ?
Governor of Manipur Ganeshan has greeted the people of Manipur on occasion of Yaosheng festival to be celebrated from March 18 to 22 in the state. In his message, Governor Ganeshan said the festival of Holi, known as Yaosheng in the state, is celebrated in the onset of spring every year by the Vaishnavites of the state. It is a celebration symbolizing the rejuvenation of the very spirit of life, marked by fun and gaiety, imbued with spiritualism, while leaving behind the past and looking forward to a new day with full of hope. He also exhorted everyone to forget their differences and strengthen their bond of unity, irrespective of caste, creed, or religion. He further said the festival of Yaosheng has now become a sports movement, with sporting activities taking place in every locality during the festival. The governor further appealed to the people to celebrate Yaosheng in its true spirit with the participation of all communities and resolved to make Manipur a better and peaceful state where mutual respect and love prevail among all communities. Newly elected MLA of Moirang Assembly Constituency, Thongam Santi, also greeted the people of the state on the occasion of Yaosheng Festival. Addressing the media at his residence at Moirang Kiam Laikai, he extended his appreciation to the people of Moirang Assembly Constituency for electing him as their representative by supporting him and MPP. Shanti further promised to serve the people in the next 5 years, keeping aside the differences of political parties.
Santi Lena Amadi Kanarama Wakil Punama Kautoga, Apunma Manipur Gate, Adumava, Ingla Sitamoma, or Nampona, Yaosheng Festival Sina, or a Poe the Simula Opens, Amzari Aduga, Sumlava, Yaosheng Festival Sina, Maramu Hirakanda, Equigi, Satnabigi Matugina, Equigi Sanura, Vikana, Lambina Kanda, Yaoshengi, Halau Kumayi, Adumlava, Lambida. Peshani bagi thatpa chongmada akoi essential amadi press media singbu hena lumna lawiraga makoibu apanna pidanaba aina manipuri essential sanura wikya dasu ai site gi apil tawse.
NPP candidate and newly elected MLA of Wainam Assembly Constituency, Irene Bam Ongbin Nalini, also extended her Yaosheng greetings to the people of the state. Addressing the media at her residence, Nalini appealed to the people to celebrate the festival peacefully after 2 years of break. Congress President Sonia Gandhi has appointed 5 senior leaders to assess the post-poll situation in 5 states and suggest organizational changes following its electoral debacle. The announcement, underlining a sense of urgency amid unprecedented electoral crisis, came barely a day after Gandhi ordered state unit chiefs in 5 states, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Manipur and Goa, to resign. Jairam Ramesh and Ajay Makan have been tasked with assessing the situation in Manipur and Punjab respectively. Rajya Sabha MP Rajani Patel has been asked to assess the situation in Goa, and Jitendra Singh and Avinash Pandey have been entrusted to suggest organizational changes in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand respectively. President of Janata Dal United Manipur State Unit, Hankapal Taitul, has reportedly tendered his resignation from the party's president post to National General Secretary and Northeast in charge of the party, Afaki Ahmad Khan, and convener of the Northeast Executive Council, Senchumo Anas and Lotha, yesterday. National Office of JDU is looking into his resignation. Convener of the Northeast Executive Council, Senchumo Anas and Lotha, has sent a letter to Hankapal to continue his post till further notice. It is worth mentioning that Hankapal was elected as JDU state president unopposed in September 2019. He contested the recent election to the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly from Singhat Assembly constituency but suffered defeat. However, the party managed to win 6 seats in the election, making it the 3rd largest party. Villages of Kangchupmakom in Kangpopi district witnessed a non-stop blaze emitting from underneath the soil in the near vicinity of the village since March 13. According to the villagers, the burning flame was first spotted at Thangminlal Nationals Field on March 13 and it continued till Wednesday. The chief of Kangchupmakom, Jangkhokam Lodzem, had submitted a letter to the SDO Kangchup Geljang, drawing the attention of the government and authorities concerned for immediate intervention. The chief urged state government and the authorities concerned to let the Geological Survey of India to survey the site and provide accurate information on the possible reason to the village authority. Meanwhile, SDO of Kangchup Geljang assured Kangchupmakom's chief that necessary action will be taken up after spot inspection. Suspected to have been caused by biomass ignition, the villagers were apprehensive that it could pose danger to livestock, standing crops and inhabitants surrounding the areas. Yaosheng Sports Meet 2022 kicked off at Hangang Makalaikai Model Club ground from today. The sports meet was jointly organized by Hangang Makalaikai Model Club Development Committee, Hangang Makalaikai Ward number 1 and 2 and Hangang Makalaikai Apunba Mairapai Loop. A large number of people of Hangang Makalaikai comprising students, women folk and youths took part in the march to fetch stores from the holy shrine of Ivudo Marjing at Hangang to mark the beginning of the sports meet. Speaking on the occasion, President of Hangang Makalaikai Model Club, Hirom Ibotomba, wished the people of the state on the occasion of Yaosheng Festival and hoped it would bring progress, peace and prosperity in the state. The festival will be more successful if the youth stopped taking drugs and take active participation in Yaosheng sports, he said.
Hangang Makalaikai Model Club amadi nisaban amduga development committee aikoi punjalaga pangthokpasina tunggi angangsingbu aikoi yamna masam phana sijang kaijangdana lainana bagidamaka aikoina sigumba sahi kudingi yausari kalaiba angangsingna kudingi makoyi.
India recorded 2,539 new COVID-19 cases with 60 deaths in the last 24 hours. With this, India's total tally of COVID-19 cases rose to 4.30 crore, while the active cases have declined to 30,799 according to the Union Health Ministry data. Meanwhile, the death count has climbed to 5.16 lakh with 60 daily fatalities. The active cases constitute 0.07% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate has further improved to 98.73%, the Health Ministry said. The daily positivity rate was also recorded at 0.35%, while the weekly positivity rate was 0.42%. On the other hand, with 4,491 patients having recovered in the last 24 hours, the cumulative tally of the recovered patients surged to 4.24 crore. Further, the cumulative doses administered in the country under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive has exceeded 180.80 crore across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the valedictory function of the 96th Common Foundation course at Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration (LBSNAA) today via video conferencing. He also inaugurated the new sports complex and dedicated revamped Happy Valley complex to the nation. At the outset, the Prime Minister greeted the officers on completing the course and conveyed his wishes on the joyous occasion of Holi. He noted the uniqueness of the outgoing batch as this batch is entering the active service in the year of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. He underlined the emerging new world order in the post-pandemic world and added that India needs to develop at a faster pace to find its role while the new world order shapes up in the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic. He asked the officers to keep in mind the importance of this period with special focus on the biggest goal of the 21st century, that is the goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat and modern India. Referring to the views of Sardar Patel on civil services, Prime Minister said that the sense of service and duty has been the integral part of the training. Top government sources have ruled out a cut in central excise duty on petrol and diesel, even as the freeze and revision of prices during the election to state assemblies is hurting oil manufacturing companies. Interestingly, sources said that the government has drawn up a plan to cushion the impact of a sharp rise in fuel prices due to high global crude trends once the freeze in daily revision is lifted. Sources also confirmed that a crude deal with Russia at softer than market rates is being staged as a remedy. A cut in the excise component in fuel costs could have allowed the public sector oil companies to raise prices of petrol, diesel and other products without hurting the consumer further. Fuel prices have stayed stable since the central government cut excise duty on petrol by ₹5 and on diesel by ₹10 to bring down retail rates from a record high in November last. Vladimir Putin warned that he would cleanse Russia of the scum and traitors he accuses of working covertly for the US and its allies. Facing economic meltdown 3 weeks into his invasion of Ukraine, the Russian leader lashed out at domestic critics. He accused the West of wanting to destroy Russia in a televised video conference with dark undertones. Putin said that any people, and particularly the Russian people, will always be able to tell apart the patriots from the scum and traitors and spit them out like a mitch that accidentally flew into their mouths. The outburst came 2 days after the producer at Russia's state-run channel One interrupted the news with a rare public protest against the war in Ukraine. Now let's have a quick recap at the headlines. Centre will decide who will be Chief Minister, media reports based on speculation, says caretaker Chief Minister TONGBRAM. Will continue to work to protect and provide rights of people as promised before elections, assures ex-JDU candidate T.H. Brinda. And BJP Parliamentary Board will decide leader of State Legislature Party, says MLA T.H. Biswajit. And that brings us to the end of today's English News Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV for latest news updates. Thanks for watching.